Hello, I'm John, welcome back to the channel. I'm joined once again by
Ashton from Exploring the Past and the Present. Hello guys.
We're at Dinting railway station near Glossop. I think it might be in Derbyshire, not Manchester. I think it's in Derbyshire. What we're going to do, we're going to have a look around the station because there's quite a bit of history surrounding this. This station was opened in 1842 by the Sheffield Ashton Lyne and Manchester Railway. It's what became known as the Woodhead Route. In 1845, a branch to Glossop was opened. However, it wasn't until 1884 that a west to south curve was added, in effect creating a triangular junction. This allowed trains from Glossop to travel towards Manchester without reversal. So if you look just in front of us, that's the line coming from Glossop. Where the points are, the line just to the left would have gone back to Manchester, and the line running to the right would have gone up towards Hadfield. So just leaving the station on the way to Manchester, the line is straight onto the 370 metres Dinting viaduct. We'll cover this on another explore. There's quite a bit of history to it. See, that station building is now private residence. The present station buildings date from 1848 and are now mostly disused. Many are slowly decaying, so we'll have a look around. This is a platform where they caught the train back to Manchester. If we have a look through, the line's been taken up, so the other line's in use now. These station buildings, what can I say, other than they're dangerous. Looks like a typical double pavilion type station. Let's have a look inside. Very little left of it, to be fair. Looks like it may have been a waiting room, this. You see where it's had a bench there. Still a fireplace remaining, the chimney breast there. The plaster cornices still intact, you'll see there. Cast iron supports have survived, look. Nothing else. Let's have a look in here. Again, there's a fireplace there. Chimney breast, the ceiling's gone, not like in the other room. Like a toilet in here. Yeah. Another room here. They're not this were a waiting room or a lamp room, something like that. We're actually on the flight path to Manchester Airport, so that explains any low-flying aircraft noises we can hear. That looks like it could have been a walkway up onto the loading platform. That's what we believe this is. For a platform look about it. See, all the area in front of us now, when we look on the maps, was sidings. Quite a length, to be fair. You'll see the end of it here, tapering down to track bed level. When we look at the other side, we think this is just a retaining wall. We don't think this were a platform as such, just the other side of the loading platform. We don't believe there were lines down here. Just found this structure in the trees. I'm not sure what it was. Bit of a recess. There's a load of concrete supports there. Various states of disrepair. Some brackets on those, look, so if anybody knows what were here, let us know in the comments, please. We'll just have a walk along the Glossop branch. We find this footbridge. So just in front of us, where that fence is where a spur went into a yard with a number of sidings in. We'll go and have a look at that. So this is where the siding came off. It's become so overgrown in such a short time. Now, in 1968, the Dinting Railway Centre took over this site. A bit of a heritage railway. They stored steam locomotives, restored them. A bit of a line they could run passengers up and down on. I think this lasted until the 1990s. For whatever reason, they lost use of the site. Unfortunately, really, because they'd invested a lot of money. They put a brand new shed up. Must have cost a considerable amount of money for a heritage line. I believe when they moved on, the stock was transferred to Ingrove Station on the Keighley and Worth Valley Railway line. Still see there's quite a bit of ballast down. There's all sorts of remains around this area. Now, how much was connected with the original railway and how much was built by the Dinting Railway Centre, we're not quite sure. So we've come across this engine shed. I think it was built in 1888. Remarkable survivor, really. Not in best condition, but it does survive. Nice cast iron window frames. You still see the remains of gate hinges here. Been big wooden gates hung on these. You'll just see there where the gates were bolted, keep them closed. The steel plate. See, it's only single width. The inspection pit underneath. There've been rails either side and steps down into the pit. I think we've seen remains of the steps at the other end. Let's just have a look down here. Yeah, we can just see a step there, it's been filled in. And again, that's the locking plate for the gates. So look at the back of the shed. It's obviously had some building here. I'm stood inside. These lean-tos, more than likely workshops and stores area. Just have a quick look around these. Looks like you might have had a water tank in that corner. Maybe a fireplace there. This structure here, we seem to think it's a coal loading platform. We look, it's in direct alignment with the shed. And steps up at either end. And some supports there, brick supports, so whether or not these held water tanks to service the steam locomotives, just an educated guess. You see an access path coming down here in the trees. I'm more inclined to think this is connected with the railway centre, not the original railway yard. These remains we're looking at here, we seem to think they're from the days of the Dinting railway centre, when a miniature railway ran round the side of the site. You see the path of the track there, with the fence post there, and these supports which would have held track. This trench just in front of us here looks like more evidence of the miniature railway. So these remains we're looking at now, in later years, a new shed were erected on this site. A 3-road shed, something like that. You still see the concrete remaining. Where I'm stood would have been where the tracks were. We found up here a remaining track chair still bolted to a sleeper. Nice little find. I'll put a picture up. You can see the original engine shed just there on the right. And then in the background is the shed that we're looking at now, the later shed. Looks like when it was demolished, everything was just bulldozed to this end. But the concrete and brick remains there. We think these concrete posts here would have supported a wooden relay cabinet. See quite a few of these walking old railways. There's some remains here. It looks like an old platform or perhaps a building. It's well demolished. So when this line closed as a through route in 1981, services terminated at Hadfield, which indeed they still do. Originally it went through to Sheffield, Victoria. Right, so thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. So it's thanks from me, John.
Take care, guys. See you next time.
Yep, take care. We'll see you at the next one.